Is Jarry on the move? Let's talk about it.
It's Crosby. Crosby on Kunitz and shot. Penguins win it! Sees part for Crosby to the goal. He scores!
Buckle up, baby. Are you kidding me?
And on Fane, the shot. He scores! Here's Crosby with a burst of speed up the middle. Gets open. Scores!
You're a collective.
Andy Kyoto is beating Ninamaki's brains in. What a show!
The Pittsburgh Penguins are in a goalie logjam, in my opinion, and we have a couple of goaltenders that are on the chopping block, Josh. One of those goaltenders, Tristan Jarry, has been noticed by some other teams for the first time in a couple seasons. And now we have the possibility to trade him. And there have been some rumors going on in the last couple of days of a certain team looking at Tristan Jarry. That team being the Edmenton Oilers. Now, they are a little bit struggling this season, and they are looking for some goaltending depth. Why not Tristan Jarry? Josh, what were the rumors? What's the proposed trade? Let's just get right into it.
Yeah, so from what it looks like, it is an Oilers pundit, we'll call him. Someone on Twitter who follows the Oilers and has a quote-unquote reliable source is saying that there is a trade in the works to send Edmonton Tristan Jarry from the Pittsburgh Penguins. But that's not all. What he is hearing is that not only will Jarry be going to Edmonton, but Parker Wotherspoon will also be going with him to Edmonton. So they'll be getting a goalie and a defenseman from Pittsburgh.
Wow. Interesting.
Nice. Seems a little top-heavy
Josh,
at the
what's
start.
the return?
It's got to be a good return, right? Got to be a good return. So they're going to send back Skinner. Jeff Skinner. Okay. Goaltender.
Okay.
Okay.
Do we need another
all right.
goaltender?
No, maybe we could put him on waivers or spin him and do something with him. Who knows?
Sure.
But then
gymnastics.
Janmark.
Janmark.
Janmark. Matthias?
Janmark?
Either way.
On my team?
Is he worth it? I'm pretty sure Parker Wotherspoon is a better player than
whatever his name is.
Janmark. And then they try to make it better by throwing in a sweetener and multiple picks.
And not just a pick. Picks as in plural, Josh. Am I correct in that?
That is correct. Yeah, multiple picks. So
who does he think Tristan Jarry is?
Well, not only that. I mean, it makes sense you putting in multiple picks there because those other two assets are very limited assets. So those multiple picks better be high. First round, second round. So
that's.
I mean, I don't. There's so much here that I don't like about this.
Okay.
But I mean, I laid it out there. Your initial thoughts.
Josh, let me tell you something. That trade is just a work of fiction. Okay.
For sure.
It's so bad, mainly because my first initial reaction is this guy is an Oiler guy. It's not even a Penguin. This is a trade that almost comes off as like a Penguins fantasy trade. Like some stooge like us was like, oh yeah, we could get a goalie, a player, and picks for Tristan Jarry and Wotherspoon. It's kind of like, I don't know about that. I think that's a little, that's kind of reaching, a little desperate from the Oiler fan to kind of say, yeah, we'll take Tristan Jarry and Wotherspoon and give up picks for a return. that just seems a little bit ridiculous. Now, this guy is definitely an Oiler fan because he doesn't understand the Penguins situation that they are currently in. The Pittsburgh Penguins have a backup goaltender who cannot go down to Wilkes-Barre in Arthur Sheeloffs. Then you have Joel Blomqvist, who is ready to go, but is currently hurt. But when he comes back, we need to figure out a place to put him. So it's either in Pittsburgh with Tristan Jarry and Sheeloffs, or it's in Wilkes-Barre with Sergei Murashov, who's ready to go, and Larson. So we have 5 goaltenders currently. One's hurt. When they come back, God only knows what we're going to do with our goaltenders. This guy goes, I'll give you one more. That doesn't work. It doesn't work with our current situation. Obviously, Janmark or Janmark or however you want to say it, and I know you're probably going in the comments, it's this. I don't care. That's not going, until he's on my team, I don't need to worry about his name. If we get him for Wotherspoon, just 1-for-1, don't like that trade. I think Wotherspoon is being more productive. His contract is more aesthetically pleasing. Just 1-for-1, $1 million for 1 year. Love that. Great. Sign him 400 years. I don't care. I'll take that every single day of the week. His production is great. So I'm not going to give him up just because you guys want to offset dead weight, essentially. And then center for Jarry, I would have taken that maybe 3 years ago, but not right now. And I'm not saying because I want Tristan Jarry. I'm just saying I don't need another goaltender. So the more realistic trade, I should say, is Tristan Jarry, Wotherspoon, and Janmark, and multiple picks is the most likely trade out of this. We don't need center. I know you want to get rid of center for Tristan Jarry, but I don't think that's the case. I think as an Oiler fan, you need to read the room, understand who you're trading to. The Pittsburgh Penguins have too many goaltenders. We don't need one, especially center. We have, sure, if you want to offload Wotherspoon for picks and for a return in a guy like Janmark, sure. But once again, I go back to know the team you're trading to. A more Dubas heavy trade would be Wotherspoon, Jarry for a prospect that's ready to go. Not ready to go in the NHL, ready to play in Wilkes-Barre, and give them 3 picks that are in like 27, like 3rd round, 27, second round, and a 28 3rd round. You know, that's the kind of trade that gets Kyle Dubas all excited. He's like, oh, prospect and picks for the future. He would give away the farm for that. So, listen, know your team, know who you're trading to. This trade looks a little ridiculous. If this was 2021, I would say, whoa, stop it right now. This is a great pick. This is a great trade. But we're just not in that world anymore, Josh. The world has changed.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, I hate it from the jump. I got excited with the fact that Jarry may be dealt. I don't like the idea of Jarry being dealt, right. But I mean, you got to do what you got to do. And you know, like you said, you got too many chefs in the kitchen, if you want to, phrase it that way. So like you said, I'd be okay with Jarry being dealt for, prospects, picks, anything along those lines. But sure. For another goalie who is, technically cheaper and younger than Jarry, but I mean, last year of his contract, don't know if I really want to take that on, and essentially keep everyone else back instead of allowing them to be promoted in terms of Blomqvist and Murashov. I don't see it beneficial. And then, to be honest, adding Wotherspoon to this is the most mind-boggling aspect of it for me, because he is our best left-handed defenseman right now. Like, why in the world do you think that Dubas would give that up? Not only in his production, how about the fact that he's under contract for this season and next year, only at $1 million per? So that is a steal and a half, and at 28 years old. It's not even like he's a seasoned veteran like Janmark, 32 years old. No, and he's not even a defenseman. Janmark's a forward. So why would you be trying to trade us a forward when we're already depleted on the defenseman aspect of things, and you think that this is going to be a favorable trade? Honestly, this, like you kind of mentioned it, it's like a trade where, I don't know, part of me is just thinking that he just did this for clicks, where he's just trying to get engagement and people to
100%.
Start following him or whatever. If you're an Edmonton
or just
fan,
interact with him.
Or just get interactions on Twitter, because it from the Pittsburgh side of it, it doesn't make sense. You're losing take Jarry out of it for a minute. You're losing Wotherspoon for practically nothing, gaining another forward. We don't need that. We have guys who are hurt that are gonna be coming back. We have young guys waiting in the wing in Wilkes-Barre that want to be called up. We have some that are currently already called up. Then we have all these forwards that we don't know what to do with. So we're gonna take another one on? Doesn't make much sense.
It doesn't make any kind of sense. And I totally agree with you. I think once again, he's doing this just for clicks, because if he knew who he was talking to, if he knew, what would make it more believable is if there was no other goaltender involved. I think I would have so much more faith in this, where if it was just, hey, Jarry, it might be going to Edmonton with another person for picks and Janmark.
Yeah.
If he said something like that, I would have been like,
vague.
Yeah, I would have been like, ooh, that,
because he is saying this is from a reliable source within the Oilers organization. So I don't know,
you know
buddy.
what?
I think you need to
even give it,
reevaluate your sources.
I'll even give it to him, saying, sure, someone from the Oilers organization did tell him this. Could have been a rejected trade by Kyle Dubas.
Possible.
It could have been when Joel Blomqvist went down early. That's early in the season. We didn't know what team we were. We didn't know Wotherspoon as much. Do you know what I'm saying? Could have been earlier in the season that Oilers reached. This is before they got Ingram. Okay,
well, this is probably Blomqvist got hurt in preseason, so it would have been about that time.
And Ingram got signed the second week of the NHL?
Yeah,
maybe first
like
week by Oilers. So they were probably putting out feelers for goaltenders. They were probably putting out feelers. And they probably went, oh, Pittsburgh, we know that they have a lot of goaltenders. Do they want another veteran in center? Is Shilov's their guy? Do you guys want center? Maybe that's the only way this story makes sense, is if the Edmonton Oilers reached out after Ingram, before Ingram, excuse me. Yeah. Now that they have Ingram, now that they're doing so poorly, listen, if you're doing poorly, you're not looking at Tristan Jarry hoping he's turning the season around. It's kind of like you're hoping for more players than Wotherspoon. No offense to Wotherspoon, but if I'm Oilers, I'm like, should we look at Brazeau? Should we look at these guys that are actually producing for Pittsburgh? Now, when this tweet went viral, Brazeau is hurt, but I'm taking a look at just a production standpoint. If your team is losing, you want to add production. So, yeah, maybe you throw us a
maybe
bone.
They need defensemen. They maybe need defensemen.
Sure. You're telling me that they go after Wotherspoon?
Finances. They don't have the
guess.
budget. It's only $1 million.
Sure.
And you're already taking on Jarry's 5 and 5.3.
And they think that's what, throwing us a bone? I don't. If it's the goal is to get Wotherspoon, this trade makes no sense. If the goal is to get Jarry, this trade makes no sense. So so that's where you kind of you rationalize it. Did I say it right? Rationalize it.
Rationalize. Yeah.
Rationalize it. Sorry, my brain. I just think it's just there's no way to break it down. Either it's good for the Penguins or good
yeah.
This is either you're fleecing the Penguins for what? Wotherspoon? Or the Penguins are
technically both, because I mean
they're
probably of the mindset that Jarry has gotten better. Okay? He's gotten better this season.
Yes.
And they're gonna hope that he takes another step in Edmonton.
We're both yawning, yeah.
And they're gonna try and capitalize also on Wotherspoon's great start to the year. So that's probably what they're banking on. And I mean, at the end of the day, it doesn't make any sense for Pittsburgh side of it.
No,
it doesn't and it doesn't even like you brought it up from the beginning. It doesn't fit Dubas's style. He's not going to take on 2 veterans and draft picks for Jarry and Wotherspoon. He's not going to do that. He probably realizes now how valuable Wotherspoon is. So he's going to try and get as much as he can out of him if he's going to trade him. But I don't think it wouldn't make any sense to trade him, because now we also, have since learned that Brunick has been sent down to Wilkes-Barre. So you lost another defenseman. Pickering doesn't seem to be ready for the NHL at this date. So it doesn't seem like it is something that you can afford to lose a Wotherspoon right now.
Would it be more believable if they offered, I'm saying they as if this was a real trade, but Oilers offering, say, picks and Janmark for Owen Pickering and Tristan Jarry?
No, because Janmark, whoever it is not some sort of
this
value.
This is not for us. This is not for us. We care more about the picks. So I'm saying
that's still not even, because the thing is, that's not even valuable, because you have to think about who the picks are from. They're from Edmonton with Connor McDavid, Leon Draisaitl, and that whole team. They're going to do everything they can to make the playoffs and get as far as they can in the playoffs. That first round pick is going to be more like a second round pick. So even if we got high-end draft picks from them, it's not as high-end as you actually think. So it's not, those picks aren't as valuable. So that's why you need to sweeten it with prospects, with decent NHL talent. And I'm not trying to disrespect Janmark and Skinner in any way, shape, or form, but they're not in comparison to especially if you want to do Jarry and Pickering, because Pickering now is essentially a prospect that you're trading.
Sure.
That makes that makes the trade even worse. At least with Wotherspoon, he's a veteran.
So maybe listen. This is what I said to trade Jarry for. I've said that multiple times in our live streams. If you didn't know, we go live after every single Penguins game, so make sure you join us for that. But what I have mentioned on the live stream is what I could see Tristan Jarry getting traded for at the beginning of the season was future considerations. Okay? Yeah. Also, now he's playing a lot better. He's good, great, granted. Now all of a sudden he's playing like he should be. Now he's gaining more of a second round pick, or something like that. So it's nothing. I still see goalie for pick. That's Dubas's wheelhouse. That's what he's going to get. Honestly, I don't care who it comes from. It could be from Edmonton because it's more just ammunition for Kyle Dubas to use at a later date. So whether it's a second-round pick in 2027, but, that's late round, I don't think he cares. I think he just wanted something valuable for Tristan Jarry. The question now needs to be, how valuable is Tristan Jarry to the Pittsburgh Penguins? Because we are still in this situation. We still have to ask the same question that we do now for the Olympic break. Is Tristan Jarry someone we're moving forward with as our guy for the rest of the year? Or are we going to either deal him now or deal him at the trade deadline? Because I am telling you, right here, right now, officially on this podcast, Tristan Jarry is not going to be a Pittsburgh Penguin next season. Okay? Whether we just trade him in the offseason, we trade him now, we trade him at the deadline, he is not going to be a Pittsburgh Penguin. I believe that. Josh believes that.
Feet to the fire, though. Does he finish the season a Penguin?
That's my point. That's my point. How valuable is Tristan Jarry to the Penguins currently? Yeah. Because at the beginning of the season, as I mentioned, future considerations. An ECHL team could have asked for it, and they would have been like, "Yeah, for sure, go ahead, take him off our hands." But now, okay, he's playing better. Now he's worth something. What worth? Are we now refusing trades for Tristan Jarry? Do you know what I'm saying?
And it's not only Jarry, though. And that's why this whole thing is tricky, because it is a trickle-down effect.
Right.
How much faith do you have in Shelovs? How much faith do you have in Murashov? How much faith do you have in Blomqvist? It's all of that. Because if you now are willing to depart from Jarry, but still hesitant with Murashov and Blomqvist, then sure, give me a veteran goalie like Skinner who can back up Shelovs. But in that same breath, who do you trust more, Shelovs or Skinner? Is it worth it to bring him in to essentially back up Shelovs? That's where it's dangerous, because right now I like this game of back and forth with Jarry and Shelovs.
But there's another caveat. Wonder if Skinner finds his game.
Sure.
What are you what are you going to do with the guys waiting in the wings? Yeah. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, now you just screwed yourself again by putting yourself in this position, because Skinner found his game. Great. Now are we rolling with Skinner and Shelovs? But what about Sergei Murashov, who's ready for the NHL?
I think that decision has to be made before you even make the trade.
Oh, I agree. I know.
If you are not ready to call up Murashov or Blomqvist at this point, then you are leaving it with a veteran. Like if you're trading Jarry away, then bring in a veteran that you roll with Shelovs. That's what you do. But to be honest, I don't think so. I think Jarry is playing too well at this point to kind of jeopardize it.
Sure.
You've already had rumors in the offseason with Crosby's agent.
Oh my gosh,
that he is tired of losing.
Sure.
So if you are winning with Jarry, why would you trade that? And
correct.
On top of it, you keep winning with Jarry, that trade value is only going to go up. Now, granted, that comes with what we just mentioned. Shelovs, Murashov, and Blomqvist need to do their part and need to increase their level of production, so that way, when their numbers are called, there is no fall off. But I don't know how quickly we'll be able to see that before we have to make a move. But we just wanted to discuss this.
Just the
silly trade
ridiculousness of
that
it. Yeah, it's
blew up on Penn's Twitter.
100%.
All right, now we wanted to hear from you. How ridiculous was this trade? Would you trade Jarry at this time? And if so, what kind of return are you expecting for him? Also, why Wotherspoon? Let us know what your thoughts are in the comments below.
Why Wotherspoon?
Also, make sure you follow us on all social media platforms at Pens Collective.
That's right.
If you follow us, you will know when we go live. It will be after every single game. Don't forget to join us. You hop on, interact, hop in the chat. We'll be happy to discuss the game, win or lose, happy or sad, angry or elated. We'll cover all bases with our live streams. It gets pretty wonky sometimes. So make sure you hop in and join us. That'll do it for this one. Louie, as always.
Let's go, Pens.
It's Crosby. Crosby on Trinidad and shot. Penguins win it!
Buckle up, baby. Are you kidding me? We're a collective.